From Phoenix Shaving, Viloma. We're going to do a lather with it, and we're going to have a shave coming up next. Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another video. Great to see you again. Thanks so much for stopping by and sharing your time with me. Love getting together with you and talking all things traditional wet shave. We've got a brand new shave soap and splash in the shave den from Phoenix Shaving. My thanks to Doug, Friend, Huxley, and everyone at Phoenix Shaving for passing this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with everyone out there. Here it is right here, folks. Check out this label art. Viloma, huh? Yeah, wow. This is part of the Phoenix Shaving mythos. It starts with High Jump 47, then Strange Island, then Agartha, and now Voloma. How about that? Well, at least the background regarding this is throughout that three-stage story. There are 3 parts, and you can check out all of those on the Phoenix Shaving website. Here's what they have to say about Voloma. Here's what it's titled, Voloma Against the Grain. I got all the information right here. If you have not read the first part of the saga, it begins on the High Jump sales page, then on the Strange Island blog post, and continues on the Agartha sales page. Reading this is optional, but it will give you some background on the label art and the Phoenix Shaving universe mythos. Here's the scent profile for Viloma right here. Top notes are lemon, violet, and spice. Middle notes are myrrh, oud, and vanilla. This sounds magnificent. Base notes are amber and woody. Wow. And here's what they have to say here in the product information. She's back, Shave Cadets. Viloma marks the not-so-triumphant return of my arch nemesis and reluctant muse, Maria Orsic. A name you may recognize if you've been following our journey since the early days when the Agartha saga first began to unravel in the shadows beneath the Superstition Mountains. Yes, that Maria, the clairvoyant temptress with a stare cold enough to curdle gin and an ego that spans dimensions. This is really, really magnificent. All the great background and the science fiction vibe, the mystery of it all on these sales pages. Not only are you getting a great product with a great scent, but you're getting all this kind of great mythical story in the background that will also introduce you to some things that I never knew. I mean, High Jump 47, that mission, Agartha, that's kind of like Hollow Earth, Inner Civilization. Have you ever heard of that? No, that I was introduced to that through Phoenix Shaving. Although, as a kid, Jules Verne stories like Journey to the Center of the Earth and movies like that kind of introduced it to me. But this really goes in depth, and it'll start you off and you going down that rabbit hole, so to speak. Here, let's talk about the actual product here. Voloma. I'm not going to give you all the information. I'll wait for the sales page to get up there and you can read it in its entirety. But I do want to read this to you here. Voloma is about breath, about defiance, about going against the grain in shaving, in scent, in life. The name comes from a type of pranayama breathing that interrupts the natural flow of inhalation. A pause, a resistance, a deliberate disobedience. Fitting, since doing things the way everyone else does has never been our thing. Also, a breathing technique I have practiced for years. I looked this up. Pranayama, I'll have a link to a YouTube video where you can begin this kind of breathing technique for health and well-being. I'm going to try it, and Douglas says that he does it, and yeah, it could be very, very helpful. Again, something else I did not know about. And here I learned it through the Phoenix Shaving product page and Voloma shave soap. That is really fantastic. That ethos blends into the scent too. It opens like a sudden flicker of electricity. Lemon sliced sharp against crushed violet and a phantom whiff of spice. You lean in closer and just as you settle, Voloma shifts. Vanilla clings to the shadow of oud and myrrh, ancient and sacred. By the time you reach the base, it's already somewhere else. Amber, wood, memory. You think you've got it figured out, but it slips just beyond. Like her. Yeah, this is really, really marvelous reading. I really like this. Here's where they're wrapping up here. Voloma is the anti-everything wrapped in smoke and whispers. And the label, a reminder that while some fragrances soothe, others summon. This one is definitely watching. So inhale, pause, inhale again, shave. And remember, the path through the underworld smells surprisingly divine. How about that? Yeah, well, we're going to have a shave with it. With Voloma, we're going to put some hot water on top of this. I'm going to use my Paul Gruner lathering bowl right here. A big thank you to Jimmy V for that one. We're going to use the Metaphor stainless steel razor from Phoenix Shaving. Love this. Mild and efficient. Real beautiful thin profile razor head for getting into those tight areas. We're going to use the StarCraft shaving brush. Haven't used this one in quite a while. Also from Phoenix Shaving. We're going to kick it off with the Cube 2.0 for a pre-shave wash and a pre-shave lather. So that's kind of got the lay of the land. So let me go ahead and get some hot water in the bowl and in the Paul Gruner bowl and on top of the puck here. And then do my pre-shave wash and everything. And I'll be back to see you on the other side to build the lather using Viloma. So hang in there with me. Okay, I've done my pre-shave wash. That's my pre-shave lather in place. So let's get this water, this hot water out of the Paul Gruner lathering bowl. And we'll also remove the hot water from the Voloma shave soap. You can see it's a brand new tub right there. And let's get my StarCraft brush right here. And we're going to go ahead and load that up. And it's not going to take many swirls, although I tend to over swirl. I really do. I could have scooped out, but you know what? Lately I like to do the brush load. Okay, so there we go. Oh yeah, that's marvelous. Oh yeah, oh yeah. that's going to be fine right there like that. I want to wipe my hand off here. I got some rags here, some towels, hand towels rather, and a little bit of water in the bottom there, and we're going to use that. And hopefully that lather will stay, that pre-shave lather will stay nice and moist and in place. Forgot to mention to you, I'm going to be using a Phoenix Shaving Platinum Strangelet razor blade. I've got it off to the side here. We're going to use that. Get a little bit of water here. Oh yeah, I love CK6. It just lathers a treat. It really is terrific. I got 1 day's worth of beard growth. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're getting there. A little more water. Yeah. Again, you know, I've had viewers contact me about CK6 and they don't do a lot of swirls like I do. Maybe they do 4 to 6 and then they're good to go. Of course, I do more than that because I want to have enough lather for these reviews on camera. And it's when I'm off camera that I can kind of experiment with it. But still, I still tend to over swirl and have more lather left over. But then sometimes I can set it aside and use it for a head shave, that sort of thing. All right, you know what? We're there. We're there. Look at that. Boom, lather. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. That's fantastic. Okay, here we go. I dip the brush into the sink just a little bit, just to get a little more water on the tips. But this lather is ready to go. Oh, that's marvelous. And there's no rule that says that you can't add water while you're painting it on. If you think you need a little more hydration to your lather, you can do that. And I sometimes do that, like right here. If I want to dip that in, I got a little bit on the. You can see that. So you just kind of help smooth things out and give you a little more hydration, a little more moisture, that sort of thing. Look at that. Look at that. I just love everything about CK6. I love the body. I love the weight. I love this scent. Yeah, this is a nice one. Yeah, let's talk about the scent. Really, really nice. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. That really is. It's not overly so. It's from what I'm getting here, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit, it's nice, but it's not going to hit you over the head. It's not going to get into the room before you do. You know, it's not going to enter a room before you do. That's nice. That's really, really nice. All right, here's my Metaphor stainless steel razor from Phoenix Shaving. Boy, these are great. Like them a lot. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and get my Platinum Strangelet razor blade right there. And we will open up one of these. There it is right there. All right, I like this because I like these blades because they're a good blade and they're also double wrapped. I always take that as a nice sign, a good sign that it's a good blade. I mean, that's not always the case. Some single wrap blades out there are very, very good, but I tend to kind of look at it and say, well, it's double wrapped. So, you know, it's a good sign is what I'm saying. Okay, there it is right there. It's going into the cap like that. Here's the base plate. Love the slim profile of this razor head. Just love it. Okay, there it is. Ooh, yeah, everything fits together so nicely. It's a tab and slot configuration. And everything just lines up so nicely. Oh, yeah, everything's just lined up so nicely. There it is. Balance and alignment. Beautiful. End tabs are enclosed in this razor head. Love the sculpted cap. And again, sculpted comb. Really, really a nice, nice razor. Okay, we're going to heat this up under some hot, hot, hot water. Look how nice and stable this lather has remained. This is really, really a good, good shaving soap. And again, this scent is not going to hit you over the head. It is very, very nice. It's got a nice refinement to it. Lemon gives it a little bit of zest on the top end, but not overly so. I like the vanilla and the oud. It impresses me as a nice, gentlemanly kind of scent. Good for an evening night out. And it falls into the same ballpark as High Jump 47, in my opinion. And if you've ever tried High Jump 47, you're going to like Voloma. I like this one a lot. Let me just drain the sink a little bit while I'm heating this razor up, because it's getting up there. All righty. Okay, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Love, love, love this razor and love this scent. The scent is building as I'm shaving here, but again, not overly so. That's what's so nice about it. Boy, that's great. And again, this blade, this razor, and this shave soap all combine to do for a nice pass with the grain on the neck, and there's no biting at the bottom of that stroke. That's so nice and smooth. Now I got a little bit of a blemish or something going on there, so I'm going to be careful there. Again, great residual slickness with CK6. Okay, again, something going on there. Here, I'm just going to, well, we'll leave it alone. Yeah, a little bit of something going on there. But with CK6, it just glides right over. Yeah, so that's really, really good. Okay, first pass done. Let's rinse. Okay, this pass is par for the course. I'm right there at the, knocking on the door, so to speak, of being in socially acceptable shave territory. This Metaphor is a nice, mild razor. I like it a lot. Great for head shaves, too, for me. So if I'm looking for a mild DE razor to do, the Metaphor will definitely be a good one to use. Okay, we're going to go ahead with pass number 2 here. And again, we're going to paint on some of this beautiful lather. And I love this scent. Again, it's got a nice quality of not being... Oh, man, is that nice. Again, the scent builds a little bit. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's great. I detect maybe, perhaps, a little subtle powder note of sorts, even though it might not be a powder note, but it's kind of in that category. But, I mean, if you try it, you tell me. It is and it isn't, is what I'm trying to say. Boy, this scent is marvelous. Again, this is right there in the ballpark with High Jump 47. Boy, I love that scent. And this one is right in there. Same kind of gentlemanly, refined quality to it. This is just great for an evening night out. Special occasions, oh man. And you could use it every day as well. It'll fit in every day in the workplace. Yeah, oh, that's nice. That's nice. You know, we were talking about fragrances, mild fragrances to use in the workplace. Abene Samant wanted some suggestions. You know, this by itself would be great. You could follow up with, say, a witch hazel, and this scent would be perfect to keep if you want to tone down a scent. I would probably, maybe, perhaps skip the aftershave. I mean, I've got to open it up first and really kind of get a lay of the land here. But I'm just thinking this by itself would be great if you want to tone down fragrance in the workplace for whatever reason. But you know what? Me, I'm going with the aftershave. Absolutely. Now, Voloma against the grain, we're going to go past number 2. South to north against the grain, because that's what Voloma is all about. Here we go. Oh, I love that. I just love doing an against the grain pass with this shave soap. And this razor. There's just something about that classic stroke. I mean, it's just great. Just look at any classic movie where the main character might be shaving. He's going against the grain because it looks so cool. But very efficient too. Okay, we'll go that way there on the upper lip. And just a little buffing to get those guys against the grain and across the grain. Oh yeah, that's great. I am going to do a little bit of a touch up on the upper lip. I'm fussy this way, but I want to have some protection, and the CK6 gives me plenty of that. All right, here we go. A little bit against the grain. Again, Voloma against the grain. Oh, marvelous. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Second pass and a little bit of a touch-up. Done. Let's rinse. That's a nice shave. I'm in upper darn fine shave territory, and I know that by the time we wrap this shave up, and moisture is thrown off of the whisker, I'm going to be at BBS. But don't try to find the BBS, let the BBS find you. But 2 passes was plenty, and Viloma against the grain. I think in using Voloma, that second pass from now on is always going to be against the grain with Voloma. All right, we're going to do our final rinse routine, a warm water rinse, a cold water rinse, and then I'll see you on the other side for the alum block. So hang in there with me. Oh, that's marvelous. That's absolutely marvelous. What a great cold water rinse. Clean, fresh towel waiting for me right here. That's a nice shave. That really, really is. Man, that's a great shave. Wow. That's going to be a nice result. We're going to get the alum block right here. This is one from Phoenix Shaving that I've had quite a long time. We broke it out because I happened to break in two another alum block from Phoenix Shaving that was just getting really, really thin there in the middle and just accidentally broke. So it's kind of seen its day. So this one's still going strong. Rather than break out a brand new one, I got this one. This one's fine. So let's get some feedback. Well, that's smooth as ice with some nice bracing. No doubt about it, yeah. And up here on the upper lip, where I did extra buffing, everything's fine. And again, I don't know what this is over here. Man, that's great. Love doing that alum block pass. Marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Let's dry this out. I'm going to be careful not to break it in half again. I didn't know my strength the last time. All right, here is the dry dock. We're going to set that in there like that and let the air in the room do the rest of the work. Here we've got some of this lather. I did accidentally splash a little bit in there, but in between rinses, I dumped the water out real quickly. That excess water just rolled right out, and just do a little bit of that agitation, and you can see how this comes right back. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. My gosh. Gosh, I love CK6. Absolutely marvelous, marvelous shave soap. Beautiful, beautiful lathers. Great protection. Wonderful glide. Nice slickness. Good residual slickness. Really, really good. Look, let's just get right to Voloma Aftershave Splash. I've already removed that plug from the cap right there. And we're going to go ahead and use this. And we're going to use the Jimmy V method. We're going to let that alcohol evaporate a little bit and then slap on nothing but the good stuff. And with a brand new bottle like this, you got to get some air in there so it starts to come out a little more easily. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, let's set that down right there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, Jimmy V method. We're going to let that alcohol evaporate a little bit and slap on nothing but the good stuff. Oh, this is a great, great scent. All right, here we go. That's marvelous. What a scent. Great, great shave. Wow. This is a good one. Great performance from CK6 and a really, really nice, gentlemanly, refined, distinguished kind of scent. Like this one a lot. Again, as part of the whole Phoenix Shaving mythos with High Jump 47 and Strange Island and Agarda. Read those pages. It really is fascinating. Got this great sci-fi, otherworldly kind of vibe going on that I really, really enjoy. When I was a young child, I loved those kinds of movies and those kinds of books and comic books. So that's part of my attraction to Phoenix Shaving, is all that great sci-fi, otherworldly kind of backstory that's going on with all these shave soaps and splashes and the scents. That is really, really marvelous. Again, we didn't share the entire product page with you. We're going to let you go up there and read it for yourself so you can kind of drink it all in rather than us rushing through it right now. But this is really, really terrific. Voloma from Phoenix Shaving. My thanks to Doug, Fran, Huxley, and everyone at Phoenix Shaving for very, very kindly passing this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. Voloma, when it's available, we'll have links below. Thanks again, Doug, Fran, Huxley, and everyone at Phoenix Shaving. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zariti, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you again real soon.